So, welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Obviously, as you can see, it's a late one today. If you didn't watch my stream last night, then the reason this is late is I had a meeting very early, about 200 miles away, and I would never have had time to do it in the morning and get to the meeting. And I've literally only just got home after spending 2 hours sat on the motorway. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Let's start with the obvious one, and that is Wilfried Zaha. Sky Sports sources claim that Arsenal have bid £40 million for Wilfried Zaha. That was breaking news last night. That was yesterday evening. But it's gone on a step as well. Zaha's brother has come out and spoken, and he has had this to say. It is my brother's dream to play for Arsenal Football Club. Wilfried will always hold Crystal Palace and their fans in the highest regard. And all the support they give him means the world to him. He said, "It is my brother's dream, though, to play for Arsenal. Given all that Wilfried has given to Crystal Palace to help remain them as a Premier League club, I hope Palace will be able to see their way to agreeing a deal with Arsenal. And that allows Wilfried to realise his dream of playing European football for the club he supported since childhood." Now, that's certainly one way to get noticed, isn't it? Jesus Christ, he's basically coming out and saying, listen, do the deal, my brother wants to go. So maybe it was his brother that gave Arsenal the heads up via an agent or something, I don't know. But we have bid £40 million apparently. Now, the only way I see this happening is if Zaha forces the move and that drives the price down. I personally don't think he's going to go for any more than 55 million. Personally, I don't think he's worth any more than 55. I think that should be all we pay if we pay. But I'll tell you one thing this does suggest. The fact that we have actually bid £40 million, the fact that we've got other players that are very close to signing, the likes of Tierney, Saliba, players like that, suggests our budget's more than 40 million, doesn't it? So all the reports that have been going around saying, 40 million this, 40 million that, well, doesn't look like it if we're bidding 40 million for one player. And that's not going to be the only player we buy this summer. So, I don't know. Listen, everyone knows my thoughts on Wilfried Zaha. I don't think he's that great. He's not worth the money. I'd rather have somebody else. You could go and buy, for 55 million, you could buy Tierney and Fraser. They'd do a better job combined than Wilfried Zaha. That's just my opinion on it. But, at the same time, if Zaha comes in and we suddenly start flying up the table, trust me, I will be as happy as the next man or woman. So yeah, I think that this could be a very good deal for Arsenal. We could get ourselves a top player or turn him into a top player, or it could go completely sideways and we've spent 50 or 60 million pounds on an absolute flop. Who knows? You never know until the player comes in and the player actually does it for your team. So I don't know. I know a lot of people are split on this. I know a lot of people want Zaha, but they don't want to pay the money. I know a lot of people want him, and I know a lot of people don't want him. Like I said, everyone knows my thoughts on it, so let's just move on. Leave it in the comment section. Let me know whether you want Zaha at Arsenal and the thoughts on his brother's comments. Let's move on to player number 2, and that is Nabil Fekir. Now, we were in for Fekir in January. He was very close to signing for Liverpool. Very good player, only 25 years old. Really, really good player. He's played with Lacazette before. Obviously, they linked up at Lyon before. But there's a reason this guy is only going for £30 million, and I'm not quite sure what that reason is. He is a very good player, so why is it only £30 million he's going for? I don't really get it. Liverpool were very, very close to signing him, like I said, and then that fell through. Excuse me. That fell through, and he ended up staying at Lyon. So, for me, there's something not quite right with this transfer. The fact that Liverpool were very close to signing him, it didn't happen. Something to do with the medical or something like that. I can't remember now. And then obviously he went back to Lyon. The fact that the president said he can go and he can go for about £30 million suggests there's something not right with him. Is there something wrong with him in terms of an injury that not everybody knows about but Lyon do? Is there something in terms of his attitude? Or is it just the fact that they don't want him anymore and they just want to get rid for as a quicker deal as they can? So here you go, yeah, 30 million. I'm not so sure. And I'll be honest, I don't want him. I don't want him. Again, like Zaha, I think he's a good player. is so overhyped. Good player, like I said, but he's not going to elevate us that next level, in my opinion. I think the position he plays, which is attacking midfield, yes, he's better than Mesut Ozil. I'd give you that. He is better than him. He'd probably do a better job than him. In fact, he would do a better job. It ain't difficult. But at the same time, I don't think that position is important to us right now. I think that it's more about getting players that play on the wing, getting centre backs, getting left back and right back. You know, obviously we've got Bellerin, but we need to get a backup to Bellerin, because that leads me perfectly on to Carl Jenkinson, and he is linked with a move to Crystal Palace. So yeah, they're talking about £5 million to Crystal Palace. That could be something that we could use as a make weight, a little carrot to dangle for Palace. Say, look, Zaha wants to come. Carl Jenkinson, it'd be a good move for Carl Jenkinson as well. He gets to stay in London. You know, he's 27 years old now. He's never going to get any game time at Arsenal. It's a miracle that he's been here for so long anyway, and he's the last of the British core, the famous five that were all sat in front of Wenger signing their contracts. He is the last man standing, unbelievably. But £5 million, for me, just take the money. Take the money. Don't worry about negotiating for Zaha. Just take the money. Get him off the payroll. Get him off the books. Get rid. And then maybe use that money to go towards the Zaha. None of this, Jenkinson in. And it gets too messy. If you want Zaha, go and get him. Yeah, if you don't. But don't try putting a player in there as well, because then the player's got to try and agree terms and conditions with the club and sign a contract. That's now another issue that could arise over a player you want over here. Not for me. Sell Jenkinson, put the money towards Zaha if you want Zaha. Last but by no means least, and that is a guy called Jared Bowen. He is a Hull City right winger, 22 years old. And he is under contract until next summer, next June. Now, he is unbelievable if you check his stats out for a right winger. Obviously, this is in the Championship. 99 games, 37 goals, 8 assists. Now, that is pretty ridiculous. That is pretty decent. That's what, one in two for a winger in terms of goal contributions for goals and assists. Obviously, his assists ain't that high, but he knows where the back of the net is. For £12 million, I don't really know a great deal about him. What I would say is, where does this leave Reiss Nelson? Because if we're going to sign this guy, which in my opinion, I think 12 million is a little bit over the top considering he's only got 1 year left. Let him run his contract down and go and get him for nothing next year. But where does this leave Reiss Nelson? Reiss Nelson is a right winger. Reiss Nelson is a very good one as well. So why not play Reiss Nelson? Why not put him in the team? Instead of going and doing £12 million on a right winger over Hull City, why not play Reiss? Put the 12 million towards maybe Zaha, maybe a centre back, maybe towards Tierney's deal, whatever. I don't know, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about any of these, if I'm being honest. Zaha, I'm definitely not sure about. Fekir, I don't want, and this guy, just nah. I think that I'd rather play Nelson. You know, this guy might be a good player. He might be banging goals in for fun, and it is a pretty ridiculous record. I must admit, he's got a good record, but nah, not for me. Go and play your youth team players instead of spunking £12 million when you don't need to go and do £12 million there. You know, if we're going by somebody more experienced, somebody a bigger name, stuff like that, then you can have Reiss Nelson as your backup and give him a few games here and there. Yeah, buying this guy, come on, man, really? I'm not too sure about any of them. Let me know in the comment section what you guys would do. Would you take Jared Bowen, Fekir, Zaha, and what would you do with Carl Jenkinson? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, nearly 19,500 of you, and really, really appreciate that. I will be back at 5 o'clock doing my live stream and then again at 9. So stick the notification bell on. Most importantly, do that on your phone settings for YouTube, because 500 out of the 4,500 that have put the notifications on haven't done it on their phones. So do it on your phone and you won't miss a show. I'll be back at 5. Laters, peeps.